and it's going to be a very interesting and great topic to discuss when it comes to the career as such. Before I start off, I just want to make sure that am I audible to everybody? Am I audible to everybody? Is there anything as a part of noise or anything like that, so that I need to wear a headset or an aspect wherein I will be speaking more from the English perspective, as Major did mention, but I do understand Hindi. It is just like, the free flow with respect to Hindi is not as much as English, so that's the reason. Plus, also, I would highly appreciate in case if you also stop me in case if you are unable to understand. I'll be happy to help you as well. Okay. So coming across, Major, you will have to help me go through the next slide. Today, what are the suitable subjects for the various different careers? And as Colonel already did mention, it's very important for us to understand as a part of what is the career. And when we go ahead to discuss about these aspects, it is important that you also interact, unmute yourself, answer the things, or else if you feel that, okay, you are in a very noisy environment, please ensure that you use the chat box and also answer some of the questions, because it cannot be like a one-way communication all the time. Your engagement is also very, very important. So as such, can anybody, I see a lot of other people, and over here, I think Jaspreet, Raj, they are the people who are students over here. Just one or two people, what do you understand about the career? What is career according to you? If anybody can unmute yourself and answer the question, or use the chat box to tell me, what do you mean by career? Anybody who can answer this question, what do you mean by career? There are so many: Rekha, Kanchan, Jaspreet, Harsh. I mean, Harsh is the youngest kid over here, but all the rest of you, can you tell me what do you mean by career? Nobody? Are you all there? Am I audible? Not audible?
Prospective career is that in what we want to do in our life and what we want to achieve in our life, that satisfy ourselves with career form.
Super. Okay. Great. Yes. I totally agree what you mean to mention about the profession, but very simply put across, remember these simple words. Okay. Career is the choice of your profession based on two parameters. One is academics and one is the skill sets that you are going to cultivate or develop. Okay. Career is equal to the profession that you are going to choose, or the occupation or the job that you're going to choose based on your academics and the skills that you're going to develop. And the academics at one particular point of time with a master's or to the maximum doctorate degree, we just go ahead. But trust me, this is not something that we have to stop. There are a lot of certification programs. Even if you start working also, you will have to combine many certifications as you go along, and as you go ahead to add on to a bunch of different professions that you are going to choose. And skill development is a lifelong process. You cannot say that, okay, I have arrived at one particular juncture and I will have to this is what I exactly need and my career is set. No, the career is never set. It is a lifelong process. It is something that you will have to keep developing by ensuring that you elevate yourself with enough skills. And if at all you really need some academic additions, you will have to keep adding that. And that is where your career comes as a part of the entire lifelong journey, and that is career. And when it comes to the career, as you already mentioned, while thank you so much for Aman and Raj, very rightly said, the profession that you're going to choose. And while you say the profession that you're going to choose, it is important for us that it depends on what have you chosen as a part of your academics. Say, for instance, if I study commerce, I cannot go and work in anthropology. I cannot go work in creative designing part. I cannot go work as a medical practitioner or an engineer. So academics play a very vital role with what career, with what profession or the job that I'm going to get acquainted with. So basically, the importance of these subjects have been designed in such a way, irrespective of the state board or a CBSE or the ICSE or international baccalaureate. So there are quite a lot of different boards available here across India, and each one of you come with a various different parts across the country, and you will all these subjects are in such a way that if at all you want to become a medical practitioner, what is the choice of the subjects that you are going to choose as a part, and what you are supposed to build as a part of your foundation becomes extremely vital. In such occasions, you will be given the study, you will be given the the subjects to study as physics, chemistry, mathematics, etc. If you want to become a business, a finance person who is into business management, you will be given the training on statistics, or you will be given the subjects to learn as a part of statistics, accountancy, or economics, etc. So, in the similar way, the importance of these combinations of the subjects is already being given. And also, let me tell this to you. Each one of these boards come up with the different combinations based on how can you go ahead to pick up any career going further, and how can it assist you and help you when it comes to the kind of profession that you are going to choose. It will have to lay the foundation. That is point number one. Point number two, it will also have to give you the kind of a functional skill set. What am I supposed to be learning in these things? And that gives you the foundation. So importance of these subject combinations is something which you will have to think through. As Colonel already did mention, you will have to do a SWOT analysis, saying that what are my strengths. This we call it as a self-assessment when it comes to the kind of how can you look forward, how can you build your career, how can you ensure that you are good at each one of them. So the career choices and the subjects that is required, you will have to understand. If I pick up science, what are the subjects available, what are the different combinations available for me, am I good at this particular subject? This is where your SWOT analysis comes. The SWOT is an acronym: the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats. You will have to focus on the two things. One is, where am I excellent at? What is my expertise? And all of us come with a natural intelligence to a bunch of different subjects. But also remember, each of these expertise can also be developed. Not necessarily just because you have taken the highest marks of 92%. This is another one biggest career myth, my dears, wherein if at all I get 92%, I'm supposed to go to, or I will be compelled to take science. And if at all I get a little lesser, then you will have to go to commerce. If I get little lesser, then it is humanities and arts. And if at all, there are your dad or your mom will go ahead and say that, yeah, my son or my daughter is 95% or 91%, they have taken humanities and arts. People will be like, why did you take humanities and arts with 91%? Trust me, that is a very, very big myth. All of you. Coming back, there are some of the career decisions which needs to be done at 10th standard, at 12th standard, and at the undergraduation. And also with respect to the post graduation will be at a fourth level. So please remember, whenever we speak about the first career decision, it will always be in the 10th standard. I know that Harsh was in 8th, and I remember Bhupinder was in somewhere in 12th, etc. So each one of these boards have got a very different way through and different see through as a part of the subject combination. And whenever in it comes to the 10th standard, you will have to ensure that, am I going to pick up science or commerce, or with respect to the business management, commerce and business management goes together across India, and also with respect to the arts or humanities, each one of them. So there are three different first level of the combination. And also you can go ahead to pursue the state board as a part of 11th and 12th, or CBSE 11th and 12th, or ICSE 11th and 12th. And currently, there are various different combinations. But generally, whenever we pick up science, the subject combination, the relevant subject, and the combination that you will find is physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, then you have electronics, computer science, and you have geology, and also with respect to the home science. So there are a lot of different combinations of these subjects which are available as a part of your science. Depending on the state board, or the depending on the location of where you are, you will have to pick up each one of them. And say for instance, if you pick up computer science, you will not be able to pick up the medicine. And also something that you will have to keep it in mind over here, my dears, is at 10th standard and at the 12th, post the 10th standard, one of the major changes in your life will be the entry of competitive examinations. All the examinations and the placements and the seat allocation for undergraduation for your bachelor's degree is through the entrance examination, particularly with medicine or the engineering. And you will also get to see that off late from the pure sciences as well, you have something to do with the allocation of these seats will be through the competitive examinations, and the competitive examinations will be multiple choice questions, and these multiple choice questions will be a part of your 12th standard syllabus and the subjects that you have studied. So it will have to be very precise and concise, and you will be given a limited period of time to solve these questions. And don't ever think that, okay, this will be very easy, I already have options, so I can choose one options, etc. No, all these competitive examinations have a negative marking. Once when you have the negative marking, it is important for you to understand that there is no guesswork. For every guesswork that you will do, if at all it is a wrong guesswork, then you are going to lose 0.25 marks. And if you commit 4 mistakes like that, then 1 marks will be cut off as a part of your from the overall total. So please don't do any guessworks as such in the competitive examinations. Point number 1. Point number 2, whenever it comes to science, you have 4 branches when you pick up science. I did tell you about the subjects available in science, but the very first option is medicine, second is engineering, third is farm sciences, fourth is pure sciences. In all these aspects, I'm going to cover each one of them in detail in this particular slide. First is the medicine part. Medicine, whenever we look out, and PCMB combination, biology is something that you will have to mandatorily take when it comes to the choice of medicine. And you will have to pick up NEET as an examination, which is a national entrance, examination, allocation for the medicine as such. And when it comes to the medicine part of it, there are totally 7 branches of the medicine, where you will be given allopathy is MBBS, homeopathy is BHMS, and in the similar way, dentistry is BDS, Ayurvedic is BAMS. So each one of these degree is more to do with each one of the medical approaches for the things that we are going to look forward for. So the medicine has got 7 branches, as you can already see on the slide: allopathy, homeopathy, Unani, Siddha, dentistry, Ayurvedic, naturopathy, and yogic sciences. So these are all the aspects which is important for you to understand, that not necessarily allopathy is something which is very expensive, I cannot afford to study medicine. No, it is really not that way. Please ensure and understand the fact that Ayurvedic is not expensive as MBBS across India. And you can definitely choose, if you think that one of the interest areas for you is medicine, we highly recommend, work towards. And it is a very hard thing, it is not easy, because you are literally taking human lives into your hands to save them, and understanding and having IQ for that is very important. Relevant subjects that you will have to be very good at is physics, chemistry, and biology. These will be the core subjects that you will have to understand. Science will have to be something that you will have to be good at during your high school level. And as you go forward, post the 10th, you will have to take up the NEET examination, and then go forward. And the allocation of these, all the medicinal branches, all the 7 medicinal branches, will be dependent on the ranking for you as a part of your NEET examination, which is a combination of both 12th standard score and the entrance examination score. This is about the medicine. Any question, I will be happy to answer. Yes, Major. On to you. Sure. नहीं, एग्रीकल्चर नहीं आता है. Correct. Science option after the 10th standard. For the 10th standard, obviously you will have to pick up science as a part of your subjects. So you will be studying, as I already told you, physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, electronics, geology, statistics. So these are all the subjects that are available in different combinations. So literally in the state boards, you have four subjects, four core subjects plus two languages. If you pick up CBSE, then it is four subjects with one language, and ICSE is also having the same pattern with one language and the four core subjects. But when it comes to engineering, okay, there are a lot of engineering aspects, and in the next three slides, we are going to only focus on the engineering part. In the engineering, each one of you, again, here after the 10th standard with the science as the subject, well, you will go ahead to clear your subject combination will be what you are supposed to be good at is physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So these are three things that your ranking will be, and there will be a common entrance test depending on the kind of the state that you are going to. Say, for instance, if you are in Maharashtra, it is called MHCET, the Maharashtra CET. If you come to Karnataka, then it is KCET, it is Karnataka CET. If it is in Tamil Nadu, it is Tamil Nadu CET. So in the similar way, all the states allocates their engineering seats depending on the common entrance test that are available in their state. Point number one. Point number two, after 12th standard, one of the major all India across, which will also happen, is IIT JEE. So there are a lot of IIT institutes across India, and for that you have the preliminary, you have the main examination as paper 1 and paper 2, and the JEE exam, that is joint entrance examination, happens 4 times a year, which is basically in Feb, March, April, and May. So you will have 4 times a year, and you can appear as for these papers across as three separate sections of physics, chemistry, and mathematics will be there, and they will have to go ahead to put it across as JEE prelims and JEE mains for 3 consecutive years. So basically, for IIT JEE is totally a different syllabus altogether, my dears. So you will have to ensure that 75% in the 12th standard is a must for the 12th standard person to go ahead and appear in IIT JEE. So this is something which is important, and these examinations are for around 3 hours totally, and this is something which is also very important. Not more than 1% of the Indian population cracks with a great marks in IIT, but this happens post the 12th standard across India for the seat allocation of IIT, one of the most premier institutes around India, and people do take coaching for it. But apart from that, you can prepare for the state level common entrance examination, and all the engineering, particularly in engineering, you have around 65 different branches and the streams for the study in engineering. Not necessarily only right now, what we have mentioned is electrical and electronics. So in the electronics, you have only electronics engineering, you have E&C, electronics and communication. We have triple E, electronics, electrical is also available as a part of the triple E, and there are various different careers available for electronics engineers, right from the aviation industry to the embedded system application software, which is an IT part of it, and the chip making industry or the semiconductor industry. So there are quite a lot of engineering fields that are available, and electronics and electrical is one part of it. Major, the next slide, please. So in the similar way, you also have the software, which is very, very out for, the kind of the pace that it is going through as a part of computer science. Computer science, information science, and information technology are all computer related professions. Of late, there are a lot of different branches under the software itself, as artificial intelligence, then the robotics and the data sciences as well. And the careers for the software engineers, I really need not have to tell you so much about the software because you already know. But basically, all that I'm trying to tell you is, for your engineering, physics, chemistry, mathematics is something which is very, very vital enough for you. Point number one, prepare yourself for the CET, and those two combinations of a good score in both of them leads to the engineering seat allocation. And in that seat allocation, you can choose the evergreen subjects like computer science, information technology, electronics engineering, electronics and communication, telecommunication, mechanical, civil, aviation, aeronauticals, biomedical, bioengineering, silk technology, polymer technology, mechatronics, textiles. All of them are something which is an allocation of the engineering as such. Major, the next one, please. So I have already did mention about the software, and again, as a part of civil and the mechanical engineering, I did tell you that all these subjects are available as a part of your engineering options. And I did tell you that there are around more than 65 engineering streams of the study as on date, and it constantly is increasing with the pace of the technology. Okay, that is one. But say, for instance, if you're in a different state, I am in Andhra Pradesh and I am in Delhi, can I come to Karnataka and take up the KCET examination? Yes, you can go ahead to do that. You will have to fill up the forms across India. When you are targeting a specific state, you should go ahead to say, do the homework on which state has got something which is very, very good as a part of engineering curriculum and the quality of the education and also the placements. Very important is, choosing the subject is one particular part, but where are the placements available? Can the organizations, can the companies come and hire me? Can they give me the job is another part. You will have to ensure that you do this homework. Look forward for, okay, am I targeting Tamil Nadu? Am I targeting Andhra Pradesh? Will people go ahead to hire from such places and locations? If doing all this homework, you will have to ensure, prepare for that and take up the examination. And generally, the CET, all the state level common entrance examinations will be during April, May of the academic or of the calendar year, and ensure that your preparation starts right from the 11th standard for these examinations. Major, on to any translation. And also the way the lifestyle is going to change. Agriculture is something that people are focusing a lot, and we are expecting and anticipating that there would be lot many people who would want to go ahead and pursue as a part of the farm sciences. What are the things available as a part of career? So again, here as well, what are the subjects that you are supposed to be good at, and what you are supposed to have taken is physics, chemistry, and biology. If you would have taken computer science or if you would have taken electronics in 11th and 12th, you cannot pick up farm sciences. So please understand that that is a limitation. If you want to go to medicine or farm sciences, you should have picked up biology as a mandatory subject. So that is something that you will have to have, idea should be there at the 11th itself, saying that if at all I want to do farm sciences, biology is something which is mandatory for me. And having said that, at farm sciences you have lot of different careers available across the different sectors, particularly with agricultural sciences, horticulture, sericulture, forestry, fishery, agro marketing, wood science and technology. You have agroeconomics, and also with respect to the forest officers, the genetics, the machinery, each one of them. Along with it, you also have veterinary sciences. Okay, veterinary sciences, dairy sciences is a part of the farm sciences. I repeat: agricultural science, food science and technology, horticulture, sericulture, forestry, fishery, agro marketing, agroeconomics, oceanography, wood science and technology, veterinary sciences, and dairy sciences. These are all the things available for farm science. Let me also tell this to you once again. The seat allocation of these careers and these branches happens through the state level CET, common entrance examination, and that is mandatory. It is not that okay, somebody comes in and you can get the seat. You will have to go through the entrance examination, and this is state level examination of the CET as well. And across India, you have GKVK, which is Gandhi Krishi Vignana Kendra, and one of the branches are also available in most of the states, including a very premier institute like that. You have a lot of different options in the agricultural sciences and food science and nutrition as well. And the jobs available in the sectors are also something to do with the food and beverage industry itself is a very, very big industry to give you jobs. And apart from that, as you can see, the genetics, machinery, forest officers, agroeconomics, these are all the very prospective subjects, and careers are very flourishing in these farm sciences and the agricultural sciences as well. And remember, PCB is a combination that you will have to pick up in the 11th and 12th with entrance examination for the statewide. This is about agriculture and farm sciences. On to you, Major. Physics, chemistry, and biology, Major. Second session for the day. Well, we were speaking about the science. We covered on the medicine, engineering, and the farm sciences. So here is the pure science. Pure science has got two branches. One is the pure science by itself and allied medical professions, or we call it as allied medical careers or allied medical branches. So here, I will first speak about the pure science. So, anybody who has taken any science subjects, you can go ahead to specialize and take it in the bachelor's degree, that is in your undergraduation. So, generally, in the pure science, you have physics, chemistry, biology. In biology, you have the zoology and botany. You have biotechnology, information technology, and you have biochemistry, microbiology, bioinformatics, and you also have the physics, electronics, computer science, home science, anthropology, aquaculture. These are all the pure sciences, and each subject has a bachelor's degree on its own. Okay, these are all the subjects available. With that, you can also go ahead to do BSc honors and specialize in any one of these subjects. If you do BSc regular, you have a bunch of subjects, which is five different subjects, and then you will study, sorry, four different subjects, and along with it, you will have either one or two languages, depending on which board have you taken. Along with it, remember, according to NEP 2020, until now, most of the BSc, that is a pure science, was 3 years course. But from now on, it will be 4 years course as such. And most of these pure sciences and the allied medical courses already have become 4 years. But from now on, it will also be the 4 years courses, and no 3 years will be available. But if you want to pick up only as a 3 years, it will be bachelor's degree, and for the fourth year, it will be multidisciplinary degree according to the new education policy. So, having said that, I think we already have covered the new education policy as such at Vaanprasth. I would highly encourage, please go ahead and to listen to NEP 2020. We have covered lot of information over there as well under the graduation part. But here, as a part of the allied medical professions, you have various different branches which can come up as a careers, which is more to do with your clinical research and the healthcare management, nursing, you have physiotherapy, you have radiology, you have psychology, you have physical education, you have clinical nutrition, you have cardiac perfusion, and these are all the things that are available as a part of allied medical branches or allied medical professions. Why is it called as allied medical professions? Is while a doctor, goes ahead and treats any patient, you need some facilitation. You need people who are good at X-ray machines. You need people who can pull out the reports, who can work on the physiotherapy, who can work on the nursing part of it, or the part of radiology with the radioactive elements and the diagnostic centers. These are all the people where you get the jobs and you can build a profession exclusively as a part of the allied medical professions as well. And B Pharma is also a part of the pure sciences under the allied medical professions. B Pharma also takes up the entrance examination. So you cannot B Pharma, if you want to pull out a pharmaceutical, it is just not necessarily a medical stores or anything like that. Pharmaceutical industry or the sector is one of the largest. India has got one of the largest pharmaceutical sectors in the entire world. So you should understand the pharmacy has lot of options of the career, including scientist, becoming a research personnel, or you can get into the production, or you can get into the logistics part of it, or you can privately practice. And the M Pharma, the masters in pharmacy, is equivalent to a doctorate degree. So it is something which is very important as such. And B Pharma, nursing, and the radiology, physiotherapy, psychology, all of them available as a part of the allied medical professions, and they all supplement, they all complement with facilitating the original hospital care or the medical care over here. Next, coming on to the pure sciences, you can, as I told you, physics, chemistry, biology, microbiology, biochemistry, geology, computer applications, computer science, IT, economics, environmental studies. These are all under the pure sciences, and a lot of careers in the various different departments and the sectors will get an opportunity as the pure science itself. So the relevant subjects is, obviously you will have to pick up something which is relevant to these subjects. But apart from that, whatever you have picked up, you can take a bachelor's degree. But let me tell this to you, just the bachelor's degree in the pure sciences would not be adequate. One of the major things as a part of the professions, most of the people get into the research analysis, or they can get into academics. You can be a lecturer. If you feel that you are very, very good as a part of teaching, you can definitely get into the teaching profession, for which the master's degree in these subjects is highly, highly recommended. And you can go pick up this one as a part of lecturers or as a part of the teaching professions as well, as a part, as under the pure sciences. So this is the summary of the pure science. Major, on to you. You can help me translating. Since we have pure science and the allied medical professions as well. So we are moving on to the commerce and business. So commerce and business is a huge, huge, huge industry, and be it in the banking, investments, or the investment banking, wealth management. So there are bunch of different things. But let me tell this to you: what are the subjects that you are going to study? So, as I told you in the science, it is important that you understand what are the things that you will study in commerce and business. Basically, with the commerce and the business, you will start with statistics, accountancy, economics, political science, business studies, business analytics, business mathematics, computer science. Then you also have history and the logic as well across India. So there are bunch of different commercial woven subjects available, and what are the professions and what are the careers available as a part of the commerce and the business will be in a couple of more slides. Major, the next one, the next slide please.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Aman.
Ma'am, I am sorry for interrupting. Ma'am, I just wanted to ask that, ma'am, in the last slide you told that, ma'am, about medicines. Ma'am,
Yes.
does a chemist who give medicines to us, we go in shops and they provide us medicines. Ma'am, does they do any kind of degree or something like that? Ma'am, why should always be listen that we should always take medicines prescribed from doctor? Ma'am, without visiting a doctor, can't we take medicines from chemist? Ma'am, does they do any degree chemists?
Analytics. So these are all the subjects as a permutations and combinations that are available, and you will have to go pick up these four subjects along with the languages. And what are the aspects that are that you will be able to pick up as a career is finance professionals, and there are a lot of banking sectors, investment, insurance, and the investment banking, wealth management, all of them need finance professions, not necessarily only banking or insurance, but all the sectors, all industry needs finance professionals. And we also have financial analysts. They can get into marketing, they can get into sales, they can get into digital marketers of it, which is also called as a growth marketing. And very important aspect of it is chartered accountancy. CA is the name available or applicable here in India. In the similar way, you have CFA available as a part of the US, as for the US commercial accountancy and the things that are available as a part of the subject of taxation, audit, etc. In the similar way, you have chartered public accountancy, which is a part of CPA as well. So, whenever it comes to business management, either you can do BCom, BBA, BBS. But apart from that, if you say that no, I don't want to do BCom, I don't want to do BBA and all, you can also pick up something to do with the HR, which is Bachelor's of HR Management, which is called as BHRM. You can also pick up labor management, which is Bachelor's of Labor Management. These are all the things available as a part of the business management and the careers available, wherein you can get into sales, marketing, event management, logistics, analysts, etc. And we will also speak about the hospitality management going further. While you pick up the commerce subjects, you can get into the financial analysis or the financial banking or the insurance banking, and along with it you can also get into the entrepreneurial journey. If at all you want to get into that, your entrepreneurial development and entrepreneurial journey is also something which is available. But highly in demand today is either you pick up the BCom regular or BCom honors, which is a specialization in one of the subjects, and also otherwise people will go ahead to pick up the integrated course of BCom with CA or BCom with CFA, which is an international accreditation. And you will go ahead to do the company secretary, chartered accountancy, wherein either you can work as the legal counsels or the CAs for the organization, or you can keep a separate independent practice as a CA office, wherein you will go ahead to tie up with the various different small businesses, small organizations, and you will be responsible for their taxation, statutory compliance, and also their documentation part of it and their auditing. Everything is something that you will be taking care of as well. This is respect to the business management part. Any doubts? Happy to answer. And on to you, Major. Arts or humanities, or you want to study make them understand mathematics, you should have been a science graduate for that. any subjects that you pick up, or you would have wanted to become a teacher for a language, so you should have picked up the language, either Hindi or your mother tongue, anything. So you should have done the bachelor's degree on that particular subject plus B.Ed, that is bachelor's of education, is a must for all the classes, right from the primary, middle and the high school. So this is a combination of bachelor's degree in the subject specialization, depending on what are you going to teach, plus the bachelor's of education. Bachelor's of Major, I need to understand who asked that particular question and what is it already.